100 subscribers. It feels good to be here, and I really am appreciative of all of you. Boy, have things changed since I've started this channel. I live in a different house now, I show my face now, my channel's name has changed. I wear this jacket despite the fact that it's late July by the time I'm recording this in order to give myself a look. Just, in order to show my gratitude and how I've improved, how about we look at the sequel to my most popular review?
It's time to look at Jimmy Timmy Power Hour 2, where nerds collide. Anyways, let's begin. It starts with Jimmy setting up a Friday the 13th dance where Cindy tells him that's a dumb idea.
Yet, clearly the school board must have approved it.
Jimmy is about to ask Cindy out, but he has to go stop Professor Calamitous, and we see that Cindy is a tsundere.
And no, I'm not just using Weebish anime terms for the hell of it. Just listen.
It's not like I wanted to ask you to the dance or anything.
I mean, how else can I even describe that as?
Then we cut to Timmy, who is also setting up a Friday the 13th dance that Crocker says that is a dumb idea.
Once again, school board. Hell, considering that Crocker is like one of the only 2 staff members of the school we ever seen, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a good chance that you approve this, Crocker.
Then Timmy realizes that he needs a date, and then he remembers that Cindy exists. Then he wishes to go to Retroville. Then we see that they reuse the dueling boombox intro from the last one, but they just slap a 2 onto the title card. Then we see, due to the whole Friday the 13th thing, the villains for the Fairy Odd Parents part of this crossover are the Anti-Fairies, where Jorgen makes it so that Anti-Fairies can be seen by humans.
Because I guess Jorgen can just edit the rules however he sees fit. Also, isn't this a terrible idea? I mean, if Anti-Cosmo wanted to, couldn't he just appear in front of a place where there's a shit ton of people and do something like...
Is this on TV? Good. Hello everyone, my name is Anti-Cosmo, and I am an anti-fairy. Before you ask, yes, regular fairies are a thing. In fact, your child may have one as their own fairy godparent. In fact, ask him about it. I'm sure to have a riveting conversation about it. Ha! Suck my anti-dick, Jorgen!
Yes, I remember that fairies can erase memories. But still, this would probably take up a lot of the fairies' times, especially if he just kept doing it. Also, I'm pretty sure some kids would end up losing their fairies out of all this. At the very least, it'd be annoying.
Then he beeps up security and says that nothing from this universe can break the Anti-Fairies out, which gives Anti-Cosmo an idea. Back in Jimmy's universe, Jimmy takes care of Calamitous, and Timmy shows up and oh god! I thought that Timmy looked crappy in the last one, but damn! Cosmo and Wonder do not translate well into this art style. Timmy mentions how he wants to ask Cindy out, and the 2 stop fighting over her, which escalates to the point where they're racing each other in the rocket ships, and Professor Calamitous sees all this because I guess he has cameras absolutely everywhere, including the fucking sky. Calamitous also sees Cosmo and Wanda decide to get fairies of his own in order to destroy Jimmy. Then, since Timmy pretty much won, he takes Cindy to his universe. Then Jimmy makes a portal to go to Timmy's universe, and the others go with him. After they do, Calamitous shows up, and he notices that Jimmy did not lock the door to his lab, so Calamitous decides to steal Jimmy's shit.
You're a mean one, Calamitous. You're a real son of a bitch.
Anyways, we're in the Fairy Odd Parents universe now, and yeah. Just like the last one, the Jimmy Neutron characters translate better to 2D than the Fairy Odd Parents characters transfer to 3D. Except for Sheen. Something about 2D Sheen bothers me, but I have no idea what it is or why. Oh, and yeah, they make another joke about how this universe is flat.
I'm still wondering how anything can live in a flat universe.
Timmy treats Cindy to a literally magical date, and she says that she wants to see his lab, but she also doesn't want him to talk in order to not spoil the moment. So since Timmy can't wish for one, he steals AJ's.
And you have a gene splicer?
Wait, that surprises you? In the last special, you gave a squirrel bat wings that it clearly could not even control, and you said that was fun and easy.
Timmy puts the gene slice in his pocket because they need something to set up the last 15 minutes of all this. Then Timmy tries to ask Cindy out to the dance, but Carl, Sheen, and Libby keep showing up to the point that Jimmy lets them ball Cosmo and Wanda so they can fuck off. Oh, and of course, Timmy's parents can't tell that Jimmy isn't Timmy. And they force him to clean their toilet with a toothbrush.
Okay, between 1, not being able to tell that this isn't their child, 2, making this child clean toilets with a toothbrush, which in most media is presented as a military-level punishment. Any viewers who are actually in the military, please tell me if that's bullshit or not. And 3, constantly leaving Timmy with Vicky, who should be in fucking prison with how she treats children, and also Timmy not being believed whenever he tells his parents about the abuse. Does Child Protection Services just not exist in the Fairy Odd Parents universe? If it does, then they're sure as fuck not doing their jobs.
Also, Calamitous is here now, and through misusing one of Jimmy's inventions, he ends up doing a bunch of bad luck stuff. Which brings in Anti-Cosmo, who overhears Calamitous mention that he's from another universe. So, they team up. We then cut to the Fairy World prison, where Calamitous can just walk in because... and he lets the anti-fairies free, and then Anti-Cosmo betrays him and leaves him in his cell with Jorgen because he has no more use for Calamitous. Jimmy tries to warn Timmy and Cindy about Calamitous, and the anti-fairies show up, where Anti-Cosmo tells them that they plan to fly around the Earth to make it stop rotating so it could be Friday the 13th forever.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, I did do some minor research, but I don't know. But if you stop the rotation of the Earth, wouldn't that, like, fuck up the gravity and make everything float off into space? Yeah, I'm pretty sure people can't generate bad luck for you if they're all dead. You didn't think this one through, did you?
Though the boy genius doesn't point out this flaw, but he does point out something else.
Why would you tell us that?
Because I know you can't stop me, fool!
Then Jimmy scolds Timmy about this, and Timmy says that they just need to find Cosmo and Wanda, who are still being borrowed, even though they were there 2 minutes ago.
Because, as we all know, continuity is completely optional.
We cut to Jorgen and Calamitous, where the former uses the ladder as a club to try to open the door, even though the anti-fairies left the key in the lock.
I can't tell if that's a stupid move on the anti-fairies, if it was just a fuck you and an insult to their intelligence, or just laziness from the writers.
Back to the main plot. To find the others, Jimmy makes a sound wave detector out of literal garbage.
I want to question that, but I'm sure that someone who knows the deep lore of Jimmy Neutron better than I do can point out something that's even more ridiculous.
Timmy gets his fairies back and unwishes the others' wishes. Then, since they can't just wish the anti-fairies away, because of course they can't, they go to Crocker's lab to get a butterfly net that Jimmy MacGyver's together with his hypercube. They cause a bunch of bad luck to attract the anti-fairies like moths to a flame, and then they get sucked into the cube. Also, apparently I have a boutique. Then, because they need to fill up 15 more minutes, Timmy and Jimmy stop fighting over Cindy, which makes the cube bounce away. Calamitous and Jorgen try to take it. Calamitous to gain power, Jorgen to send the anti-fairies back to jail. And that's when the Gene Splicer familiar comes to play, because Timmy uses it on them.
We have been fused together.
Fusion's just a cheap tactic to make weak cartoons stronger.
Since Calamitous is smarter, he has control of the body, and he blasts the two protagonists with magics, where he seems to have killed them. And he takes Cindy because I guess they had to force in a damsel in distress situation. They go back to Retroville, and Jesus fucking Christ!
Okay, to me at least, Jorgen translates the worst over to the Jimmy Neutron art style. I mean, I'll admit, I'm sure as fuck not a 3D modeler, and this was probably 10 or so more years ago. Plus, back then, it was probably much more expensive to make a 3D model than it would be now. But Jorgen just looks so bad. And add Professor Calamitous' head onto his shoulder, he sure as hell is not winning any beauty pageants anytime soon.
Anyways, Calamitous plans to blow up the Earth so then he could go off moldering it in his own image. Though he puts it on a timer instead of just blowing it up then and there.
What? Did you expect that this villain who's supposed to be Jimmy's greatest enemy to be doing something smart? Don't be ridiculous! This is the 2000s, where smart villains in kids shows were still a rarity.
Back in the other universe, the remaining killers are still mourning over the deaths of Timmy and Jimmy, but...
Actually, we're snails.
yeah, because of the rules, Jorgen's magic couldn't kill them.
Though Jorgen changed the rules earlier with the whole anti-fairies being seen thing. Couldn't Calamitous, with Jorgen's powers, just change the rules however he seemed fit and kill the two?
Jimmy and Timmy call a truce. Then Calamitous turns Cindy into a goldfish because he doesn't harm girls, even though she's not the only girl on Earth and it doesn't seem like he does it to any other girls, but you know what, whatever, fuck it. Then the others show up to distract Calamitous while Jimmy and Timmy defuse the bomb, and by try, I mean Timmy fucks it up. That's when Calamitous sees them and plans to kill them again, but Jorgen apparently is able to resist his influence when mad. So the plan is to turn Sheen into a fairy so that he and Cosmo can make illogical wishes.
Oh yes, because when I think of characters who are defined by logical thinking, the first person to pop in my mind is Jorgen von Strangle.
Though this isn't enough, so they do an act where it looks like they're breaking the rules, and it works, and then Jimmy uses the gene splicer to separate the two. Then the bomb explodes, but Jorgen stops it. Timmy admits he's not a genius to Cindy, and the whole dance subplot is brought up again. Then Jorgen, who for whatever reason isn't wiping memories and taking Cosmo and Wanda away, fixes the problem by making it so that the dance is in both universes at the same time, and the episode ends. This one was a thing. Overall, I don't really have anything positive or negative to say about it. Sure, there's plenty of logical flaws, and the fairy odd parent characters still look bad in the Jimmy Neutron art style, but overall, just like the first one, this one just kind of exists, so I guess both just have been consistently just okay.
Well, there's one more of these, and I'll even admit this now, I'm more than likely gonna hold it hostage for another subscriber special like I did with this one. So I guess it's up to you guys to see how quickly I get to that one.